Hey everybody, this is 5 Liter, and I'm just going to go over the gear that I'm going to be using on the 2015 season on the Appalachian Trail and up in the White Mountains in New Hampshire. It's the second video I'm doing. The first one I had the camera turned sideways, which I know bugs everybody, and it was a little bit long, so I'm going to try and speed things up a bit. So here we go. All right, we'll start off with the big three. Solstice 20 EMS sleeping bag. It's a full bag, mummy bag with a hood. Weighs just under 3 pounds. I'm going to be lightening up and going with Z-Packs 20 degree extra long wide bag. I'm going to be picking that up at some point this season. I think it'll cover me for most of the stuff that I do. Again, this bag is great. It's just a little bit heavy, trying to lighten up. My backpack's a Golite Jam 70. I found that I like the extra space. This bag does hold everything and gives me a little extra if I need any extra space for stuff. It weighs 27 ounces. It's been modified heavily. A lot of straps have been cut by me and restitched. Take off a lot of weight if you do that yourself. My tent, Big Agnes Fly Creek UL2, allows me to keep my gear inside. Enough said. It's a tent that I used a few times this past year. I swapped out the stakes for Vargo, titanium, sheep's hook, and I saved me a bunch of weight. So I'm basically at 1 3/4 pounds on that. So my big three, I'm basically down to 6.3 pounds total, which is, I think, is not bad. I need to get under 5, and I'll do that easily when I get rid of the Solstice 20 and go with the new sleeping bag. All right, moving on to my clothing, things that I wear all the time regardless of the weather. My Vasquez Mindbender shoes is my second pair in the same color. These things are great. They dry fast, nice and comfortable. I've never had a blister ever in these, even on multi-day trips. Wet, dry, doesn't matter. Work great. I have a pair of gaiters here, REI ultralight gaiters. They Velcro on. They have a replaceable cord going to the foot. Again, no frills. Great stuff. Eastern Mountain Sports polyester shorts. I don't like boxer briefs. They ride up too much, uncomfortable to me. I like full-size shorts. I have a pair of Nike shorts here and a Nike short sleeve sweat shirt here. It's a Nike Pro Combat. It's the polyester. It's like Under Armour. These both work in combination. I've used them on multiple trips. Great. Keep you warm. They dry fast if they get wet. They don't hold on to sweat too much, and they don't smell too bad even after multiple days wearing them. REI, just a pair of regular hiking pants from them. The legs don't zip off. I don't like those kind of pants. I'll put these on if it gets colder, usually in the morning, and they're off after with about an hour probably, because you get hot really quick in them, especially when you're moving. REI, again, it's just a button-down nylon and polyester shirt, great for keeping the bugs off, keeping you covered for the sun, and if it gets a little colder, I can layer with that. Works really well. My down jacket is an EMS Icarus hooded down jacket. It weighs just under 1 pound. It's pretty comparable to the Patagonia down hoodie that's been around for a little bit. It's a little heavier, but uses a little bit stronger materials than some of the ultralight stuff out there. I have torn jackets in the past, and it happens, but this one seems to be a little more sturdy, and I'm hopefully gonna like it, and it'll last a little longer than some of the other ones that I've had. This is just a basic baseball hat, nothing special about it. It's cotton, keeps the rain out of my face when it's raining, keeps the sun out when it's sunny. Raincoat, Outdoor Research, Helium 2, 4 ounces, perfect, nice and light. I bought an extra large because they run really tight. Fits over my down jacket here and any other layers that I have underneath, does well. Marmo Preset pants, excellent. Don't breathe so well, But again, I only wear them when it's really cold and it's raining. You get caught in you know, a little bit of snow. Definitely something to consider. Not fun when you're really soaking wet. I'm not a person to wear a kilt or anything like that. They do the trick, and as soon as the rain stops, off they come. So great stuff. All right, my gloves. These are a lightweight outdoor research product. They're wool, just liners basically. I'm a really warm hiker. They work great for me. They do have this coating on the tips of the fingers supposedly, so they'll work with electronics and whatnot. Doesn't work really well, but anyway, it's not why you buy them. Patagonia cap. It's a cap 2 beanie. Just lightweight. Wear that when I'm sleeping. If I need it for extra warmth, throw it on under the down hoodie. Nice and light. Does the job. Long underwear. This is Techwick. It's a product by EMS. I get the midweight T2. It's great to sleep in when it's really getting cold out there. And again, can layer under all my stuff if I need to. Usually only wear it in late in the season or early in the season. Good stuff though. Keep a couple of bandanas with me. One I'll have hanging on the outside of my pack for sweat and whatnot, and one I'll keep inside the pack for just general, you know, clean up and whatnot. They rinse off really easy. They dry real quick if you hang them on the outside of the pack. Just a buck a piece, no big deal. Socks. These are darn tough. They're a wool product. Have the padded sole a little thicker than some. That's probably why I've been doing well with no blisters in my shoes. I like the extra cushioning. They dry fairly well. They're really warm when it's cold. Highly recommended, and they're guaranteed forever from the company, so that can't hurt either. Not bad. All right, I have a Sea to Summit mosquito net. Goes over your head. You can wear it when you're sleeping. You don't really need it most of the time when you're sleeping, but if you're in the tent, if you're in a shelter, usually bugs are gone by the time it gets really late. But again, early in the season, depending on where you are, amazing. You need it. Take one. Trust me. If you don't, you'll regret it. Thermarest Neo Air X Lite, my sleeping pad. I got the short version. I usually put my pack in the tent anyway, and I put my feet on top of that for insulation, so I don't feel I need to have the extra long one. These things are really sturdy, really comfortable. No problems with leaks or nothing so far. Definitely recommended. A little bit noisy sometimes, but again, that gets better as you use them. Very happy with it. All right, so my dry sacks. This is a 5-liter dry sack. I keep any of my clothing that I'm not wearing in it, just in case. Again, REI basic roll top. Sea to Summit 13-liter. This is a heavy-duty, lightweight Sea to Summit product, roll top. I use that to hang food if I'm in a bear-prone area. It's pretty sturdy. Have no problems with leaks or tears in it or anything. Pretty cheap, not bad. This is a Sil Nylon REI stuff sack that I use to keep my stove and my kitchen stuff and all the rest of my little knickknacks in, which I'll go over in a little bit. Again, super lightweight, really strong, no problems with punctures in the shed after 2 seasons. I'm very happy with it. This piece here is a piece of Thermarest Ridge Rest. It's my old one before I got the Neo Air X Lite. I cut a section of it and I keep it on the outside of my pack. Use it to sit down, you know, when I'm having lunch or when I'm just taking a break. Keeps you from getting dirty or wet when it's kind of moist out there and kind of mucky. So something to consider. Doesn't weigh much, so it's worth taking. My trekking poles, Cascadia Mountain Tech, carbon fiber, off carbon fiber. They have a suspension system in there. These things are great. I modified them a little bit. I took the straps off. They were big and they rubbed my hands. I didn't really care for them, so I just basically took some paracord and ran it through. Works just as well. I highly recommend these if you're doing a lot of up and down. It takes a lot of the weight off your knees. Definitely something to consider. All right, so water bottle. Carry just a smart water bottle, 1 liter. The caps for the smart water bottles and the platypuses are interchangeable, believe it or not, which is kind of cool. The cap. The pop top cap here for the smart water bottles actually are compatible with the Sawyer Mini filters. This one here is what I got. Again, very, very lightweight, 2 ounces, does a great job. No problems with this leaking or any problems. I know that some people have had flow issues, they get mucked up. But again, the Smart Water, instead of carrying the syringe that comes with the Sawyer, you can actually attach this to your water bottle here, and then you can just push it through, reverse the flow, and it unclogs them. It works pretty well. Works better than the syringe, actually. It's a little more easier to control. I like that. Again, I carry a 2-liter platypus as well, just basically to get water back to camp, so I have enough to get me through the night and start in the morning. I have the bottom of a Poland Spring bottle that I cut off here just to get water out of some of the tougher water sources when things get a little light. It's good to scoop or get something in there in little puddles and whatnot. Definitely something to consider. I have 50 foot of it's not paracord. This is a lighter weight version. They sell at EMS. It's reflective, so you can hang a stripe on your on your pack or whatever if you're hiking and just for reflective stuff. But again, 50 feet for a beer bagging if I need it, and just for general purpose. This is a mini Poland Spring bottle. This has got my heat. It's the fuel I use for my stove in it. I use the stubby bottle, so I'll know not to drink out of this one, obviously. So it's the fuel. That's what we use. It burns really hot. It burns really well. I have another video showing my alcohol stove burning red hot on my titanium cup here, which does a nice job. Okay, Snow Peak Titanium 600. This is great for me. I have it marked on the inside for 1 and 2 cups. I can get 1 cup of water boiling in just over 5 minutes to a really, really rolling boil, with a 1/2 ounce of heat in my stove. So this is really light, it's really thin, does a nice job. I made a cover out of the top of a coffee can and a piece of wood and a little screw here. Weighs next to nothing. Again, put it on there, helps insulate, helps keep the heat in, helps it heat up faster. It's a lot more sturdy than tin foil, which is what I was carrying before, aluminum foil. It doesn't last as long. This cover is going to last me for a while, I'm sure. This is my alcohol stove that I made myself. It's from the bottom of a aerosol can that I got. It's 1 1/4 inches across and 1 1/2 inches tall. Very, very, very small. It's got 16 holes around the top of it, in the same way that Andrew Skirka's cat food can stove is. This thing works great. Again, I can put an entire ounce of fuel in here and it'll burn for like 12 or 13 minutes. But I found that just 1/2 ounce is more than enough to get even more than 1 cup of water boiling. So it's real economical, and the thing weighs literally nothing, literally grams. I have a little medicine cup here just to measure out my 1/2 ounce of fuel or ounce of fuel, whatever I'm doing. I prefer a see-through lighter so I can see when we're getting low. Some of those other ones, you shake them, you think you might have some in there, but you don't. This way I know when I'm out or getting close. Little mirror just for signaling and for just general hygiene on the trail. Got it from one of my wife's little compact things that broke. Again, free. This is just a little plastic bowl, weighs next to nothing. I like to have, eat my food out of this after I've heated it up and it's ready to eat. I'll dump it in here and then I'll have my cup and I'll be able to drink something and I'll have them together instead of having to do one and then the other. I like to take my time on it, eat. I don't want to rush, especially when I'm cooking stuff. It's generally at the end of the day. I'll just be eating on the fly during the day, but again. Now this is my favorite piece of gear here. This is the Optimus titanium spoon. It's the long version. It has the polished head here, which is much more comfortable in your mouth than this other kind of titanium. This is highly recommended. This is really long. Gets in the bottom of those Mountain House meal if you have them in any other containers. It's super light. It's super strong. I can't recommend this enough. Definitely better than plastic. It's not going to melt. It's not going to bend. It's not going to burn. So definitely try one of these out if you haven't, or have to check one out. $10 on eBay. All right, so my headlamp. This is a cheap little $6 Ozark headlamp that I got at Walmart or at Dick's Sporting Goods. I'm not even sure where. It takes 3 AAA batteries. 3 batteries will last me an entire season in this thing, from what I've found. It's amazing. It tilts. It has 2 settings, high and low. It doesn't have the red. It's not one of these super expensive ones, but I'm telling you, keep this under my baseball hat. It's not waterproof, and it's never failed me so far. Very, very happy with it. Don't feel the need to carry any other flashlight or any other light source. Definitely something to consider for a starter, unless you really want to spend some money on something else. But you really should think about that. All right, I carry some duct tape inside of a bag. I have a Swiss key. It has wire cutters. It has screwdrivers for my glasses if I need them. Any other things like that, and a pair of ultralight little metal scissors that I got from a pedicure kit of my wife's. Again, rather than carrying like a big tool or any kind of like a Swiss Army knife or anything, this definitely, it weighs really ounces, like 2 ounces for this whole thing right here. It's great, and I probably got like 6 feet of duct tape, which is more than I'll ever need for anything out there from what I found. My first aid kit, I've got some Band-Aids, some bacitracin ointment. I got some super glue in here. It's like a 0.25 ounce, not even total weight, with the packaging in there for closing small lacerations and little repairs. Some earplugs, definitely a must in the shelters, because a lot of people snore. And I got some Benadryl and some ibuprofen for just general aches and pains and allergies. Don't need to go big with these first aid kits. Some people go crazy, but you really don't need that kind of stuff on the trail. Okay, so I have some DEET. This is a Sawyer product. This weighs 1/2 ounce. You know, if you're covering up, you really don't need much. It's for any exposed skin. It's more than enough. This will probably last me another season. It's probably about half left in here. I get this Dab On 50 SPF sunscreen. Basically only need this on the back of my neck. You know, I try to keep a bandana on the back of my neck when it's really sunny, but I still get burned sometimes, so it's not a bad idea. You don't need that much. Again, this is an ounce total with the product here when it's full, and it's got a little bit going from it. Definitely recommend this. All right, so this thing here is the top of a Poland Spring bottle and some paracord that I had. Saw somebody do this at one of the shelters to keep mice off of their food. You hang this on a hook. They can't get down to the bottom of the cord to get to your bag, which is hanging on the other end. So they either fall off or they give up. So definitely recommend doing this. There are mice in the trail and in the huts especially. It's a pain in the ass, but you got to do it or you'll get holes ripped in everything when they try to get your food. Don't leave it inside your sleeping bag. Don't leave it. They'll go through it at night. I've had them on my head, which is why I carry a mouse trap. I know this will offend some people, but you know, to each his own. I'll chew up a little trail mix, little gorp or whatever, and stick it on the end here. And I'm telling you, every night I sleep in a shelter, I've gotten one, at least one. And after you kill one, I swear to God, it's like a jinx for the mice. They won't come in. I don't have any other mice come back into the shelter after you've killed one. So, you know, something to consider, definitely. All right, so there's another item that people are not really a fan of, is a knife. Now this is a Mora Knives. This is just a Mora Companion. It's an ultralight version. It's super thin. It's less than 1/8 of an inch of carbon steel. I modified the handle. I modified the sheath. This thing weighs 3 ounces with the sheath. It's unbelievable. I don't like to have a teeny little folding knife or no knife at all. I use it all the time. People borrow it all the time on the trail. You know, it's just a personal thing. It only has like a 3.5 inch blade, so it's not a huge thing. It's not going to scare anybody. But I prefer to have something like this than a little cheapo folding knife or a Swiss Army knife that with the scissors it doesn't really do much. Works for me. My camera, Panasonic Lumix, had this for several years. This thing takes great pictures. I get a lot of. It's a DMC FS3. No, it's a great lightweight camera. It takes great pictures. It does video. You know, I got the charger for it here. The charger weighs 2 ounces. It's pretty cool. I think you know, taking a camera on the trail is important. You know, document what you've been doing and you know, show your family. It's really nice to have. So my toothbrush, just a simple toothbrush cut in half, and I trimmed the plastic like everybody does here to make it more lightweight. I wrap the floss around the handle here, just the amount of days. I'll take about a foot a day for however many days I'm going to be out on the trail. Toothpaste. It's a trick I learned from Mike Cleland in his book. You take toothpaste and you put it out to dry on a plate, and you cut it up into little pieces, and then you can chew one, and then a little bit of water and brush your teeth. It's better than carrying a whole, even a half a tube of trial size. This weighs literally like 1/10 of an ounce for all this, and the toothbrush weighs, you know, again, it weighs the same, next to nothing. It's unbelievable. Let's see, my glass case, I wear glasses, so my glasses will be in here when they're not on my face. I have broken a pair on the trail or two. Sunglasses will be on, I'll alternate. If the glasses are on me, the sunglasses are on my face, vice versa. Definitely something to consider. It's worth the wait, especially, you know, prescription glasses can cost $400 or more dollars depending on your prescription. Windscreen that I made out of a piece of aluminum flashing. You know, there's no frills. It's a lot better than tin aluminum foil. I don't have to replace it. Fits right inside my Snow Peak cup here for packing. When I pack it up, you know, everything fits inside here, and I'll just wrap it in a bandana, and that'll be that. So something to consider doing yourself. A lot of videos on YouTube. You can learn a lot of stuff about this stuff. My hygiene kit. So these are baby wipes that I cut in half, and I dry them out in the sun. I'll take, you know, one per day. They're great. You can use them after you use the bathroom. If you want, you can use them with water on the, you know, just wet them on the trail, and you can wash your face under your arms to keep the smell down and keep yourself clean. Definitely, you know, when they're dry, they weigh nothing. They weigh this just a little bit more than toilet paper, basically. So they're pretty cool. I've literally got like, I've probably got 10 in here. This would be for like a 5-day trip. I'll allot myself one for after the bathroom, and one for just general cleanup at the end of the day. I have some hand sanitizer in here for you know, after using the bathroom, and I have some of that biodegradable soap that I've got a couple of ounces in here in a small Nalgene bottle, just for general cleaning, you know, when you need it, because I don't like to really get too mucky on the trail. And I get a little talcum powder here. This is the medicated kind. It's the no frills. It's not the brand name. It's just a generic brand. You know, just a little bit in here, just for the cracks and crevices. Keep you dry, keep you cool. It's good stuff. I think that's everything. If you have any questions or if you have any comments, please leave them. I hope to see you guys out on the trail. Just be safe and have fun.